I don't know. We've already been 6 minutes on Zoom. I don't know.
No, we're just starting on the broadcast. And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Bob, what else?
Hello, everybody.
And,
Glad to have another broadcast.
and all
And
of the people
today,
that you. Go ahead.
you can do that.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our broadcast. We are reaching out to all the men and women in the armed forces and all the ships out. What's the line, Bob?
Ships at sea and ports to go. I don't know. Something like
That's
that.
right. Well, Bob, we got to get you into a better mood because when you're in a good mood, you would have given us the entire Winston Churchill line.
Right. I know. I know. I can't remember that.
I know. This is like when I was supposed to tell everybody how I got the Blue Fox moniker. You define
Right.
Monica. I lost the entire enthusiasm for the Blue Fox. But here we are. Right now, Bob is in San Francisco. I'm in Tahiti, along with all the people from the Olympics. By the way, Bob, have you been watching the Olympics?
I have been, not today, but I have been.
You know, that's
I
one
go.
of the problems of being old. And today's
Did you?
topic, to segue into it, is Bob and I have decided that we're going to expound on the subject of what it's like to be in the area of 80 years old and beyond. We were going to talk about Best Buy and beyond, or whatever that store is, but they're out of business. So we decided to talk about being 80 and beyond. Bob, what do you think are some of the highlights of being 80 years old?
Well, I don't think it's just being 80. I think it's being retired,
Well, let's
which
first start off with, are you 80 years old?
I certainly am.
Really?
You're 80 years old.
I am not.
Ah,
So
so you're
does,
just a young kid.
does that mean I'm a faker?
A what?
A faker, Fakir. That's a guy that grew up in Egypt and doesn't know how to spell the people that don't tell you the truth.
Okay, I'll ignore that and we'll move right along. I think it's not just talking about being 80, it's talking about later in life when you are no longer working at I don't want to say job, but if you're having a business and you are creating, and all of a sudden, as you go along, people take retirement in many different ways. Some of it love it, just to sit around on the beach or golf or tennis, and other people don't find it as thrilling. As a matter of fact, a lot of people, they always say, ever since he retired, he died 2 years later, or he's not well, or he's
Well,
not
hold
with
it.
it. Or,
So it has nothing to do with being 80. You can be in this syndrome at 50. It's a matter of whether or not you have purpose.
well, yes, to some extent, but when you're at 50, you never lose purpose because your life is still busy with kids, with things that are happening. But as you get older, in over 75, let's say, or in the late 70s and 80s, where you are either alone or with a spouse, your children are leading their lives, and you're just now leading yours in a different way than you ever did before.
Well, hold it. First of all, I always had a problem with purpose and porpoise. So we're talking about
Yes.
purpose now. We're not talking about porpoises or dolphins or anything like that. When we talk,
Unless unless you want to swim with them.
I'm not good at swimming. I've never been good at swimming. You'll notice that the 55 years you've known me, you've never seen me in water.
I've never seen you at the beach even.
Not even, unless the grandchildren come. So I am always dealing, when I say purpose, I'm talking about purpose and not porpoise. And if it's purpose that we're talking about, age is not a function. You want to talk about purpose, you can be in a business and not have purpose.
Well, then you have a problem.
That's right.
We're not talking about that.
That's
We're
right.
talking about
Your entire premise gets shut down.
no, we're talking about
That's right.
later in life.
Everything. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to laugh on your premise.
No, it's a later in life syndrome which combines purpose and retirement. Not a retirement at
Before
47.
before we go any further, can I just ask you a question?
Certainly.
May I? Could you define the word syndrome?
Syndrome?
Syndrome. Yeah, I'm a little stuck on
Why,
syndrome.
why are you stuck on it?
I don't know what it means.
Okay, then we'll move past it. You sit in the
Oh,
back of
you
the
have a little trouble with that, do you?
No, here, I'm a perfect example.
Of what?
I of why I explained
What are
to
you a
you.
perfect example of?
Well, if you give me a chance, I'm going to
I want to
explain
know what you're a perfect example
a perfect example of the
of. Of
difference.
what?
What you were trying to say, it doesn't have to do with age. I retired in my 30s for two
Did
years,
you
and
really?
I never lost the fact of having purpose.
What did you
So,
retire? Hold it. Wait a second. What did you retire from when you were 30?
in my 30s, what do you mean? What did I retire from? When I sold the business
What
for two
business?
years.
What business
The
did you sell when you were 30?
I didn't sell at 30. I said in my 30s. Let's get the S there. What did I
Okay.
sell at 35?
At 35, you sold the business.
Right, and I was
Okay.
retired.
And you
So
retired, but
now
you
I
didn't become forlorn.
and nobody would at that age because
Okay.
what I'm saying, even though I sold the business, I had a purpose and busy with children, with all sorts of things.
Okay, I
When
got it
you're
now.
when you're later in life,
Well, how
78.
much later?
How much later, Johnny? Later is like you in
Okay.
your late 70s.
Oh, much later. Not from you went from 35 to in your 70s. What about those 40 years in between?
The 40 years you're busy. You're
Okay,
busy with life.
you're busy. You're a busy man. Did you have any other businesses, or did you take a job, or what were you doing? You were a janitor?
Yeah, right, exactly. No, you are busy with life. Whatever
Life,
you're doing.
like life, like the cereal.
Yeah, no, you're accumulating friends, your children, maybe a wife,
Do you
whatever it
remember
might
the
be.
you remember the kid that was in the Life cereal commercials?
Yeah, I sort of do.
Mikey, he likes it. He likes it. Okay,
Mikey likes.
that's a
Right.
little side effect. I guess.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
so we're back to life as a way of feeling good, but we wanted to talk about people that reach the ripe old age of 80.
80, right? You want to take 80, you want to take 78, what late 70s
Late
and
70s.
above, beyond. As whatchamacallit would say in the toy movie, which you don't know.
The
He said,
movie
and beyond.
with Hanks, Tom Hanks,
Yeah, right, right. In that movie, Buzz Lightyear. And Buzz
the other guy.
Lightyear would say I think beyond and infinity and beyond or something.
You
And
can
we're
remember
talking.
it. You remember it like it was yesterday.
I watch animated movies, which you don't.
I have never seen an animated movie since I saw, I think, Bambi.
Well, that's you know what? There's been no improvement in animations,
And I think I saw Bambi when I was 4.
right? And they look all the animated movies just look like Bambi today. No,
I've never seen any of the Pixar movies or any of the Desperate
you're
Me
missing.
or any of
You're
those.
missing a lot.
Well, then
They
again,
are
I haven't
very
seen any movies, much less animated movies.
right. So what the
I
hell?
just
Oh
watched
my
a movie I
God.
thought would be great. Doris and I watched, with Eddie Murphy. You know, what's the movie he was in? Beverly Hills Cop
Trading
2?
Places.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Wait a minute, which movie?
Beverly Hills Cop,
Oh, Beverly
Pascal,
Hills Cops Axel.
Axel Ford, right?
Yeah, Axel F. So,
It was first. I guess my expectations were high, but still, he didn't come close
oh,
to being funny.
excuse me. Was that animated?
No, it was a regular film.
Exactly.
Well, I watched it and it wasn't close to my, expectation. I should have had no expectations, and I would have probably had a little bit of a heart murmur. But no expectation. I had high expectations, and he fell short. And he isn't that
Oh,
short. He's about 5'10", I think.
one of the best movies. He wasn't he in Trading Places?
Yes, but that was at the
That was
beginning of a run of movies that he was great in.
great. That was a great movie.
That was a great movie with Hank Aykroyd. Hank, I
What
call
was,
him because he's a friend of mine.
right, right. I know.
He's close.
Aykroyd, yeah. So wait a minute. Anyway, as
Yes,
I was saying before, I was animatedly interrupted.
I know.
Um,
Please don't do that to me. I lose my train of thought.
right. And that is, again, we get back to later
Hold
in
on, my
life.
train of thought is coming. Wait on. Here it comes. Oh, everybody
Okay.
duck. We're coming to the tunnel. That's my train of thought.
Okay.
That's a talent I
Right.
acquired when I was in first grade.
Talking about train of thought, did you see the new, it's not new anymore, but it is now, I think, on Netflix or somewhere, the Mission Impossible what's his name, takes a motorcycle off a cliff, Tom Cruise.
No, I didn't see it. Is it a stunt?
Yeah, unbelievably did it himself.
Yeah, no, there's
Drives
no
the
reason to.
motorcycle right off the cliff out into space. And then when he's in midair, a parachute opens
There's no
and he
reason for
lands on
him.
the train. That's what I was going to get to.
There's no reason for
But
him to be alive.
there isn't. There
No,
isn't.
no. Why he does
But
those
he's
things?
but he's at the Olympics and he's being very open with everybody, taking pictures, everything.
Yeah, I saw him at the Olympics. Yeah, no, it's crazy that he's alive.
He's
He
alive.
has,
I don't know why he has to do that.
there's no reason.
Has something to do with Scientology. But getting back to
It's
when
also,
you get
he's
later
also,
in life.
he tells you right up front, you don't understand psychiatry. You don't understand Freud. He knows.
Did we just have a different conversation? Did I come into a different room?
I'm
Something
just
I
trying to
missed?
fill in the cracks. That's all. I'm right here to be the background. I'm a background
Okay.
kind of guy.
So
Oh, look who
so
just
let's.
walked in. We have a guest. We
Who's
have
the
a
guest?
guest in the studio. Look who's here. Would you like me to introduce a guest? She's
Sure.
coming. She's coming close to that age group where purpose is more important than
We
purpose.
can introduce her. Introduce her. I'll
Let
ask
me
her.
introduce you to one of the world's greatest retirees. She is not
Okay.
only happy being retired, she
She'll
fulfills
be
her
dead
life's
by the
work.
time you're done. You're introducing her.
I'm giving her the proper introduction. She deserves nothing less. Is one of the great people of this earth, beautiful, young, masterful, and my wife, Doris Edelman. Would you come over to the mic and say hello? You got to speak into the feather.
Oh,
Hello, Doris. Good to see you. You're the perfect guest because we're
well,
having a
thank you.
conversation. We're having a conversation which you can certainly give your thoughts to us. And that is when people are in their 75 and over, 75 to
I
80,
just
or
made
whatever.
that. You know that.
That's why I picked that number. And that is do a lot of people are not happy in retirement. A lot of people find retirement the greatest thing that ever happened. What are your feelings about retirement? Do you still have a purpose? Do you miss being in the thick of whatever you were in and helping people and so forth?
You want to try to get to the question?
I did. Do you
He
miss
just
working?
got I miss the camaraderie of work, but I do not miss the stress.
Okay. Now but you don't have the same camaraderie now because you're not among people.
Correct. But
Would-
then again, since COVID, and I retired during COVID, since COVID, nobody goes into the office anyway, so there is no more camaraderie.
Well, to some extent, yes, you're right.
Now it's
Right.
become a bakery.
I'm just talking about my business and my
Yeah.
office. And business has changed. I just don't need the stress. So I live a stress-free life.
Right now,
Okay. So,
now it's chocolate or vanilla.
Or pistachio.
well, let me ask, do you have friends that were working that are in your position now, retired? Do they all feel the same way as you?
I don't know. We don't discuss it. Everybody's happy.
You don't discuss it.
No.
What do you discuss?
Well, they do things. They go to classes, they have meetings, they go to the gym, they go to the JCC, they go to the Y, they knit, they do everything.
So they would prefer doing those things as opposed to doing what they did before.
Yes, absolutely. The only
It's
thing bad
interesting.
about retirement is that you don't get a paycheck.
Okay.
There are frogs here.
Frogs?
No, never mind. We killed them.
Okay. Can't
Anyway,
hear your
so-
voice anyway.
So that's the only thing I don't like about retirement is no paycheck.
No paycheck. Okay. And the camaraderie.
Yeah. Well, that's what I miss
Well,
about
camaraderie,
business.
well, camaraderie is a big thing to a lot of people mentally.
Yes, but it is, and it was. Now I have my dog, my husband, and my pool. I'm lucky.
You've pared everything down to a dog and a husband and a pool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it.
And you-
Okay.
Hey, I have friends. I go places. I shop. I walk. I do long distance walking, well, short distance walking. And I do Pilates 3 times a week. So I'm busy. I'm very busy.
Very busy, very busy. I have no time.
Yeah, very, very busy. In fact, I'm going to sign off because I'm going to go take a swim in my pool.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I
Very
think
nice
you're very
meeting.
lucky.
Very nice meeting you.
And nice meeting you. Maybe sometimes we'll even share a dinner together.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm looking
I didn't say I'm
forward to it.
paying for it. I just said share it. You don't have to thank me.
Well, there she goes. Just another woman, another absolute stranger off the street. Just another uncommon,
you see-
testimonial about what life is like here on the earth.
But that's an interesting thing because that's a viewpoint. That's one viewpoint of retirement that a lot of people have. But there are other viewpoints of retirement that don't necessarily agree with it.
Well,
That
you
agree
can't,
with what.
you can't bring them up because that's hearsay.
No, I don't know that it's hearsay. What do you mean?
No, I'm sorry. You have to bring in people as witnesses. If you can bring
Oh, I
somebody in
see.
that has a different opinion, we'll accept it. But without somebody sitting there and telling you that, you're just telling us opinions that we have no idea if you're right.
Well, I give you my opinion of
What
me.
is your, no, you're, okay, we'll allow you. You're a solicitor, but we'll allow
I'm a solicitor. I don't go door to door. But no, as I said to you before, I think there's something about being in the game. And when you're not in the game, you can go knitting and you go swimming and you can do all those things, but they're not the level of excitement that takes place when you're working or especially if you're in business as opposed to a job. I think you're always creating. You're always thinking how to make it bigger and better.
Right.
And there is some level of excitement to that. I don't have that today.
No,
What am I making bigger and better? Finding a good doctor.
no,
that would
no,
be
no.
good.
I understand what you're saying, but there are businesses, I think, you can
Keep
get
the
into.
mic near you, please. I can hear you.
There are businesses that we could get into for practically no capital that would give you, that sense of purpose and wanting to go place. But the risk is,
What's
You
the risk?
the risk is the money you put up.
You just told me for no capital.
No capital, but you got to borrow money. Nobody's going to let you in without paying them something.
Well, so there is capital.
Well, the capital is, you won't have to pay anything. There are franchises and a bunch of stuff that you have to just have the ability.
Well, those are big. You see, the thing is, but you have to find a business at this stage that doesn't franchise. McDonald's is $700,000.
Yeah,
I
but there are
mean-
little tiny ones that are like $75,000. You still have the
Right.
business, you still have the purpose, and you're not putting up a lot of money.
Right. There are. And
There are tons of little tiny franchises where you're in business. You're not putting up a lot of, you're not putting up a lot of risk, but you're in business and you can build it.
and you're doing something right, and you're building something that
Absolutely.
makes. And I think the busier you are, the healthier you are.
Well, I mean, there's a chance. If you want to look at some, I'll look at them with you.
Yeah, I would
I
look
mean,
at it.
there's
I think,
definitely. I know guys that come to the door in these little tiny businesses that they used to be corporate guys, and now they're in the landscaping business, or in the they're in the
Excuse me, I wouldn't pick the landscaping business for you and I.
No, but I'm just saying, how did they get into the landscape? He says, I went to a franchising convention, and of all the franchises, this one, suited me the most. I was a fireman, or I was this, I was that. I wanted to get into a business. I wanted to have something of my own. He says, so
Yeah.
I ended up in this,
I think at our stage of life, type of business should be not a business that we're going out from door to door or somewhere,
No.
or that should be computer wise.
And
Be able to do something.
there are businesses where the guys, I hear announcements for businesses where
You're moving the mic around, Richie.
I'm sorry, there are businesses where they advertise, gyms, the hottest thing in the world. You don't even have to be there to do it. It's a gym with a model. You can go into businesses. I don't know.
Yes.
They're probably suckered businesses, but there might be businesses that are small enough for people with less capital.
I'm sure. Listen, there's be it Amazon, be it eBay. There's an Amazon store. There's businesses where you can do everything. Fill orders. Whatever it might be, whatever you're selling, and build something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
People start with very little and they build it from nothing, but it's still a business.
It's a business, and for us, it would be indoor, without having to, go outside in the heat. But I do think I really believe, I know I've read things about this, how when people retire, that their health always seems to worsen to some extent when they retire. And I don't know if that's just by age itself, it would be the same if it was working or not. Or you lose your edge. And
How
when
about
you
we
lose
write
your
a book?
edge,
Want to write a book?
right, we'll write a book. Right, we'll write a book. We'll co-author a book. No.
I'm trying to think of
whatever.
something that won't be that much pressure.
Well, I think, that's the journey of being able to find something
Right.
that might make sense to do. I mean, at our age, this September, 80 and 83, so it'll cut it in half. A business for an 81-and-a-half-year-old. Must be something. Are you awake? Or did you take a
I'm
nap?
thinking.
Oh, I just thought maybe you took a nap and it was part of the day.
I do that every so often just to refresh. Yeah, no. Maybe
No,
we should go, maybe we should go to or maybe online there are, kinds of opportunities.
yes, that's what I think. I do think it's healthier. I do think because otherwise the days, are just the days. Look, it happens to you, it happens to me, happens to everybody we know when our children call and they say, well, what's new? What's new? You got nothing new.
I know.
What's new is I didn't have a doctor appointment.
Right.
So,
I quit the bowling league.
right, if you can do that. Well, other people, like to play golf or play tennis or whatever they do. But even there, the whole day isn't taken up. I mean, I don't know. Just seems, if you're well enough to be doing things.
Well, we are, the meeting just ended. We'll end in 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, okay.
So that's our decision. We're going to look for something that's online so we don't have to do anything. In
Right,
terms of physical. We don't want to buy a laundromat.
right.
And maybe we can conduct it in a way, maybe on Spotify.
We can sing songs.
Sing songs.
No.
We can go as Funny Valentine. Okay, well that's a decision. There you go.
I don't know. I mean,
I'm with you. Sounds good to me.
You could buy
A bagel store.
people's potential bad debts and try to discount and try and collect them. You can, I don't know, there must be tons of things to be able to do online.
Let's take a look at them.
I don't know. Would be fun. and worthwhile.
Okay, I'm with you. Even looking for it'll be worthwhile.
Yeah, right. And I think what we'll do is, what first business we'll do is we'll wrap the mic around your head
I
so it
can't
doesn't
stand
move.
it. Well, that's why we need some sort of stand. Maybe I should get a headset.
A headset, that wraps around so it comes around.
So the mic will be in front of me all the time.
Right, right.
It's probably
Is that, I do have a professional career as a psychologist for my degree from Costco, and I can see, watching you, your movement
how
of
do you
your
see
arm.
me? I don't
How
see
do I
you.
see you?
I don't see you.
What do you mean you don't see me? I see you.
I see. Oh, there you are in the corner. Yeah, how do I get you? I have the whole OPS thing showing.
And I can tell that you have a problem with concentration. You have to be moving. And that's probably the onset of insanity.
Yeah, whatever
I'm
that
not
thing
sure.
is that Bruce Willis has, and now somebody else has.
Yes, I know.
I don't remember who it is.
Okay, well, let's wrap this up.
Never lose track of a meeting chat again with Zoom.
Okay, can we wrap this up?
I don't know how to do that. I'm looking for my picture. How did I lose my
You're looking for your picture.
contact sales? Well, there you go. Whip, 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 whip. Oh, you don't see that, do you? I don't know how to
This is
get my.
unbelievable.
I have no idea how to get my picture back up on top. There must be an audio thing or something.
This is a sad state.
A video.
Whatever it is, it can't be too electronic regarding you.
Oh, hold it. There's you. I can't find me. Okay, we're going to take this down. Okay,
Right, I think so.
You want to do your not salutation, your farewell.
Salutations and greetings. What?
Take
Did you
care of
mean the
yourself.
end?
Take care of
You know what we
yourself.
didn't do? We'll play off to some music. Wait a second.
Yeah, get some music, and also you should have something to say at the end, like Lester Holt says about each other. You should say, "Don't give a shit about anybody, but take care of yourself." Make you here tomorrow.
So this is that's going to be what our sign off is. Make sure you're here tomorrow.
Make sure you get good sleep. Make sure you get at least an hour of sleep.
Oh, okay. Let's see. No. Can you hear that?
What?
You can't hear that?
What?
No?
What?
The music.
No.
That's unbelievable. It's playing as loud as possible right next to the speaker.
Maybe the speaker doesn't pick up melodies. Hey, there I am.
Okay, well, that's the end of the music.
No, sorry
All
about
right.
that.
So we wrap it up.
Sorry about that.
Try it again, keeping the mic near you somewhere.
How are you tonight?
I hope this is illuminating to all our listeners.
It certainly is to
We
me.
don't give answers. We just give questions so everybody can have thought. Because thought is next to godliness.
That's right. If you can't think, you can't move. And if you can't.
Oh,
You hear that?
something happened. I can't hear a thing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Doesn't pick up music.
That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Can't even hear it. I wonder if I put it on Spotify because it was on the computer. No, wouldn't come through.
Pick up music.
No, not really. Ah,
Oh, that's the Beatles.
nothing. Nothing. The mic.
That's just crazy. That's just
Gee.
crazy.
Okay,
Well,
well,
I think we're about to end the meeting.
yes, to everybody out there, until our next podcast, Richie is waving goodbye because he thinks someone could see him. So that's it, and we'll see if this is even being broadcast.
Okay, honey. We'll talk.
Okay, goodbye. It's been a pleasure as always.
I'm at now.